Okay, can you see my screen? Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
okay, okay. So today we will cover AWS S3. So what is S3? S3 means simple storage service. So it's a simple storage service. Okay. So the first why it's S3, because here is three S is present, one, and this is the second, and this is the third, right? So that's why it's named as S3, simple storage service. It's a AWS service which provide to store our provide it for the storage, right? So previously we have already discussed about the storage like uh, EBS, elastic block storage, and this is the S3 simple storage service. And many of the interviewer will maybe ask you like what is the difference between S3 and EBS, elastic block storage, right? So the main difference is it stored the elastic block storage is stored like a in a block format, right? It's stored in the block format, but in S3 it stored the object like as it is, right? It stored the object based store. S3 is a object based store, and it store as it means if you have a JPG file, right? Or you have a MP3, or you have any video that is a MP4 format. So it's store as it is, means it's a MP3 format, means it's stored in a MP3 format. But in a block storage, it's divided into a separate block, and it's stored. And when you retrieve, it's retrieve those blocks, and it's give the output. But in S3 what will happen is store the what as it the object as it is, right? So let's see the key point of S3, right? So S3 is a storage for internet. It has a simple web service in interface for simple storage and retrieve of any amount of data anytime from anywhere on the internet. S3 is a object based storage, right? So it's a definition. You can say like what is S3? S3 is a object based storage. You cannot install OS on S3, right? But in EBS, elastic block storage, you can install the OS, but in S3 you cannot install the OS, right? It's a one of second difference, right? S3 has a distributed data store architecture where objects are redundancy stored in multiple location, right? Minimum is S3. Minimum is three location in same region, right? So in AWS, actually what happened? We have the region, right? We have the region, and inside the region and we have multiple availability zone, right? In multiple each availability zone we have our resources, right? So uh, just consider the region is Mumbai region, and in Mumbai region we have the three availability zone, right? You can see when you will create the EC2, right? At that time you have seen there are availability zone like A, B, and C, right? Three availability zone, and each availability zone are isolated from each other, right? So in the S3, when we will create a S3 bucket, a minimum it's three location in each region, right? It create a three region, right? Means suppose in Mumbai location, suppose a bucket create, and it once we create the bucket, it's like a backup thing automatically to bucket is created in different availability zone. When one bucket is deleted, maybe any region like from the AWS side automatically deleted, then AWS will back up those S3 bucket, right? So minimum location in a same region, right? It's created, and it's a S3 is a uh, we can globally access is right, is a global service. We can globally access. Many of the interview also ask this question: what is those service which is globally access in AWS? And the answer is one of the services is S3 and another service is the IAM, Identity Access Management. Right, it's a global service. So there is no reason, just like EC2 instance we have previously discussed. It's a region specific, right? But S3 is not a region specific, right? It's a globally accessible. So next is data is stored in a bucket, right? So then bucket is a flat container of a object, right? So S3 is just like a bucket, and inside the bucket we have stored the object, right? So in your mind, maybe you may think of what is object. Object means suppose we have a image format JPG file, right? So this is a object. This JPG file, when we store in the S3 bucket, then the JPG file is object. The maximum capacity of the bucket is 5 TB, right? So one bucket having the maximum capacity is 5 TB, but we can increase the size by the support of the AWS. We can increase the size, and in the free tier account we have minimum storage 5 GB. This is free, right? So you cannot create a nested bucket, right? So it's a actually the global service, so that's why we cannot create a nested bucket in a same name, right? The bucket name should be unique. A bucket ownership is not transferable, right? And we cannot we can have up to 100 bucket per account, right? Maybe extended on a request, means if you want more bucket in your one AWS account, so you can go to the AWS support and request them, and they will increase the bucket limit, but you can have up to 100 bucket per account, right? Then bucket sub resources means how it will helpful, right? So life cycle, to decide on bucket life cycle management. So in S3 it has life cycle management, like we have the different storage in S3, right? According to according to our requirement, we have a different storage, right? And those different storage having the different price cost also. That's why it's having the life cycle management, right? Suppose our older data it's not required, it automatically go to our uh, less type of S3 bucket, right? We will see what is the life cycle, right? Then website, we can host the website in the static website. We can host the static website in S3, and this static website also we can see the video also. I have already uploaded. You can see it will better for you. I have already uploaded this. Just a minute. It will helpful how to uh, create a static website using the S3 with the SSL certificate. You can also host a static website. Okay, it's very slow. Okay, let me go through it. And go to this video section. And this video, secure website hosting with SSL certificate using S3 and Route 53, right? So it's a it will helpful to you understand how we will host our website. It's a static website, we cannot host a dynamic website, but if our website is single phase or two page, and it's a static, not only one two three pages, but we can host the static website, right? So also I will provide you this link also, right? So let's go to our ppt, and okay, then this is the we can host the website to hold the configuration related to static website hosted in S3 bucket, right? Then versioning, right? So S3 has versioning, keep object as it change. Um so what is versioning? Versioning we will discuss in our next slide. And access control list also. Bucket policy. It has also bucket policy. We can public our object. We can only um, give the certain permission to the certain user, right? Suppose we have three user, and I want to give one user to read and write permission, and other two user to give only uh, read only read permission. So that thing also we can do by the access control list, ACL bucket policy, right? So next, go to what is versioning. Bucket versioning is a S3 bucket sub resources used to protect against accidental object or data deletion or overwrite, right? So versioning can also be used for data retention and archive. Once your bucket enable the versioning on a bucket, it cannot be disabled. However, it can be suspended, right? So I mean, suppose we have a name. Suppose the object name, like anything. Suppose I have the object name like let it be test test tx, right? Then we will upload this bucket in the s3, and after that we some reason it will delete it, right? Then how will we get back when if we will enable the versioning, then we will be get back, otherwise we cannot get back the object if it accidentally delete, right? And next thing is, uh, if once you bucket enable, right, it cannot be disabled, right? When we will enable the uh, bucket versioning, enable the bucket versioning, we cannot disable it. We can suspend it but cannot disable it. So let's do the demo on the versioning and see how we will create a S3 bucket, right? So go to our AWS account and you can search here S3 and click on S3. So okay, so you can see the here is written like global, right? It's not any region; it's a global region. Uh, you can access this in the global. This S3 is not region specific; it's written global, right? Then how you will create a bucket, right? So you can see we have created many bucket here, right? And let me create a new bucket. Just create a bucket, click on it, and it will land it to this page, right? And here you can see the AWS region, right? In the flash slide, I have showed you. You can see here, S3 has a distributed data store architecture where objects are redundancy stored in multiple location, right? Uh, so that's why the region is required. You may confuse it's a global service while it's AWS region, because in the it's a global service, right? But in if you select the Mumbai region, then when we will create a bucket, it will create two more backup things inside the Mumbai region, right? If any accidentally deleted by AWS, then AWS can recover. That's why AWS region is necessary. Then the bucket name, right? So bucket name should be unique, right? It's a global service, so that's why bucket name should be unique. So let me give a uh, power cloud underscore s3. Okay, okay, it's a unique name. And copy setting from existing bucket, it's optional. If you want to uh, copy the policy and the role you want to copy from other bucket, you can copy here, right? Otherwise it's not necessary, it's a optional. And here is the object ownership, right? It is object ownership, uh, SCL, right? Here I have mentioned the access control list. You can see here access control list. That is the ACL, the bucket policy, right? This is the bucket policy. You can create or you can enable the bucket policy here, right? So let me enable the SCL, right? So go to the go down, object ownership, let it be there. Then bucket public access setting for this bucket, right? So if you want to publicly access our object, then you will you have to click this button and uh, remove the block all public. So let me leave it, right? Then here is the bucket versioning, right? So bucket versioning is disabled. So first it let it be the disable. Then when we will create the bucket, after that we will enable the versioning, right? And remember, once you will enable the versioning, you can disable, you can suspend, but you cannot disable it, right? So go down, and here is the encryption, right? And go down in the advanced section, just click on the advanced section. Is there any option? No. So create a bucket, click on this. Let me see what will happen. Okay, bucket name content invalid. Okay, I think underscore is not working. Just create. Okay, now it's creating. Just wait, and it's the bucket is created, right? So just wait, and okay, you can see the power cloud uh, S3 bucket is created. Go inside it, right? And the here you can upload your object. So let me upload a object here. Just create a text file. Just create a text file here, right? Writing suppose. Okay, just open it, and write some text. Right, so suppose I am writing hello, good morning, morning all. Right, just save it. And this is my object, or you can say it's a file. How we will upload it in a S3? Just go to the S3, and you can see create a folder. You can create a folder also, and you can offload it. Just click on upload button, and we'll add a folder or add a file. I will add a file, and go to my desktop, and this file power cloud, just open it and go down. It will act like you can see here, uh, this is the permission, right? This is the permission. You can give permission, uh, private, recommended. This thing you can provide according to your requirement, right? And okay, okay, then this is the storage class. You can see this is the storage class, and we will discuss about the storage class, where you want to storage the by default. S3 is storage in the standard type, right? And these are the many storage classes as there, right? And according to the prices and data transfer rate, the storage class are met. So by default, the S3 bucket is stored in the standard. You will select any storage classes, right? So let me default one standard, and just upload. Click on upload. It's uploading. Okay, now it's uploaded. Just cancel it, close this, and you can see this is my object, right? So just click on it, and if you want to open this, right? So how we'll open this? Just click on the open. You can see, right? You can see this. Hello, good morning, all. Right. So do one thing. Suppose I want to edit something, right? And edit something like I'm editing. How are you? Right? I'm writing this one and save it, right? And just remember this thing, first file I have written this one, hello good morning all. And just I have edited this one, right, with this content, uh, how are you, and upload it again upload it the same name. I will upload this file and see what will happen. Add the file. Go to the same file. This is the flower cloud and offload it, right? And it's uploaded. Close this one and go to and click on the this and open this one. Let's see what will happen. You can see, hello good morning all, how are you, right? But one thing you have to notice here, like how we will get back the previous file, right? Suppose this content is some error or some issue, you want to get back to the previous one, then how will you, it will replace the same name, right? So that's why the versioning is comes, right? So let me enable the versioning, right? So this is the object, right? This is the object, you can see. And this is the uh, properties, right? In the properties section, the bucket versioning versioning is there, right? And here is the tag, default encryption, right? This thing is present. Intelligent tiering architecture configuration, right? Server access logging, AWS cloud trail, event notification, right? All those things is there. Bucket log. And here you can see the static website hosting, right? So if you will use the S3 as a static website, then you have to enable this one. Just go to the edit, right, and enable the static website hosting, then it will work as a your static website. So you can use this bucket as a static website, right? So let me bucket enable the bucket versioning, right? You can see here, we have already discussed, like if we will enable the once we will enable the uh, bucket versioning, then we cannot disable it, right? So it's a option like suspended, we can suspend it but we cannot disable it. Just click on enable, right, and save the changes, right? So the versioning is enabled. Go to the object and here you can see the show the version. If you click here, if you click here, there is no versioning, right? The version id is not, right? So let me do modify again and uh, offload it and we will see what will happen. Suppose I am writing here, I am fine, right? So save it and see what will happen. Again go to here, upload and add file and go to the same file, right, and upload it. Because it's actually what happened when we will not enable the versioning, the file name is same, right? So that's why it's overwrite this file. The file name is same, that's why it's overwrite the file and deleted the older one. We cannot get back the older one, right? So if you will enable the versioning, if you click on this enable the versioning, you can see this is the two file or like a version id. This is the first, right, and this is the second one, right? So let me open one by one. Suppose I want to open this one. You can see this is the just recently I have uploaded this file, uh, right? I am fine. And if we will go to the this one, right, just open this. Okay, so you can see just how are you, and I'm fine is not written there, but here is the I'm fine is written there. So if I will deleted one, then what will happen? Let's see. Accidentally deleted. So what will happen? So let's delete. So type here delete. Okay. So uh, I have deleted the file, accidentally deleted. Let me enable the versioning. So the version you can see, you can see what we can see here, right? So you can see type is deleted mark, right? Type is deleted mark, right? It's deleted, and kb is 0 kb, right? But when we will accidentally delete, we can recover it. Just click on it, right, and open it. You can see this thing I have deleted, but we can get back, right? So I will get back in this way. We can get back it, right? And go to the action, as you can download here. Okay, so in this way you can recover the deleted file. Have you understand or any question? Hello, hello.
No, no, I understood it.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so let's upload once again the file, add file. Okay, just upload it, right? So now we will go for how we will access this in publicly, right? Suppose just copy this, right, and let me explain all those things here. This is the copy URL, right? Suppose I am copying this thing, and mm, let me paste it here, right? You can easily uh, paste it here. It's a provide the S3 bucket path, right? This is the S3, and this is my object. This is my bucket name, right? And this is the object name. So you can easily get the copy the S3 URI, right? This means this is the path for in the AWS S3 only, right? And this is the copy the URL means if I will copy this thing and let me paste it here, right? This is the uh, mm, uh, copy the sorry, this is the URL for our object, right? And when I will paste it here, right, when I will paste it here, means publicly you can we will not access because the object is I'm not giving the object to the public access, right? That's why we cannot access in the public, right? Then we can download it, and this open option I have already used, and you can delete also. This thing is also I have used. Then in the action button you can see download as in which format, and share with a present URL means we will discuss these things. It's a very interesting thing, and it's actually what happened. We will create a link, right? We will create a link, and this link having certain period of uh, certain period of accessible, right? Suppose I want to access how many minutes. Suppose I am giving here like 2 minutes, right? Then it will generate a URL, right? It will generate a URL, and this URL valid is only 2 minutes. After that, it's invalid. So it's depend upon your requirement, how many time you want to valid your URL. That's in this way we can use this one, right? It's a very interesting thing. So we will go and play with all the tabs and to all the option here, right? And okay, then I have already showed you.
Through one thing,
Yes, yes.
through URL we can access publicly.
Yes, yes, yes. But here you can see this is the difference is what happened. This is the copy URL, right? So when we will copy URL and paste it here in the browser, we cannot see the content, right? It's because the object is uh, private, right? The object is private. That's why we cannot expose the content over the our browser, right? When we will public it, it will we can see, you can also see when we will give the same link, you can also see, right? And this thing, the share with preserved URL, so it will generate a URL, and that URL is valid according to your setup time, right? If you will give hour or minute, this thing you can set up here. Suppose your requirement is your client want to see this object for one for once, it will see you, this object cannot we want to show the next time. That in this case you can set 1 minute or 2 minute. After 2 minutes the URL will invalid. So this is the difference actually, copy URL and this shared with preserved URL, right? So let me, okay, so how will access this publicly? Let's see. Okay, just go to inside the object. You can get all the information about the object. You can see the S3 URL, right? This is the ARN, Amazon region name, right? Entity tag, open object URL, right? So in this URL we can access it. But how we will access in the public? Just go to this permission, right? Right, and edit this, right? And give okay, there is a read, right? Okay, let me cancel it. First we go to the object, and permission, go to the permission section, right? And go down. Here it has written the block public access. So edit this one, go to edit and remove this and save it. Okay, it will ask for confirm. Okay, then go down. Okay, go down. Okay, then go to our object and click on it. Let me first refresh it whether we will access it or not. I think okay, now also we cannot access it. Just give the permission, you have to provide the permission, right? Just click on edit, and you can see now this option is soon, right? Just give the everyone just give read access, right? And save it. Okay, I have to click on I understand. Okay, save the changes. Now go to this URL and refresh it. We can see this, right? You also I'm just giving you this URL, you can also see this. Just a minute. Okay, you can also check whether we will access this URL or not, right? So this way we can access it publicly, and we will play with this button. What will happen? Just ACL, access control list, right? And how we will access these, we can you will use these things, right? Everyone access, then authenticated user group, right? You will create a user group in AWS and give the read permission to them, right? It's a objectable or object ACL. You can play with this, right? This is a very interesting thing. uh, can you able to access this URL? Hello, hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay,
It is access.
okay. Then go to the permission button and see all those options, right? So you can see here this bucket, and it's not written like a, it's a public bucket, right? So how we will give you the public access, right? It's written as the public, and the object is not public, right? So there is a policy, you can see here the policy. You can create a policy, right? Just go to edit, right? And here we can give the policy in a JSON format, right? The policies will be the in a JSON format. So I have already written this JSON format policy, or you can go through any uh, documentation of JSON, and how we will give the JSON format policy for S3. We will get this thing. Just copy this thing, and I will paste it here. Let me, okay, just go again, copy and paste it here, right? So this is the JSON format policy, and it has written like the object name, right? So the object name, this is my object name. Just I'm copying this one and paste it here. Just a minute, right? I'm pasting here, and you can see after slash it the star means the after the bucket name, and when we will upload anything in the bucket, it will publicly accessible. Means after star it will give the permission to all the object in my bucket. We can access publicly, and it has written the principal is star, right? Principal star means every I will give the permission to everyone if you want to access this object, right? So go down, save the changes, and go down. The policy is created, right? And just refresh it. Go to the bucket, right? And refresh it. It will give the public access. Okay, you can see the this is the public, right? Just go inside it, you can see publicly access, right? And if I will upload anything, right, let me upload any object, any object, let me upload, let me upload anything, right, let me upload this thing, huh? Java project, or okay, let me upload this one and upload it. Close this one. Okay, and copy the URL and paste it here. Okay, it will automatically download, right? It will automatically download. This is a PPT file, that's why it's automatically download. It not show anything, right? So we can, if we will give this JSON file uh, permission, generate a policy, then when we will upload anything in your S3 bucket, it will publicly accessible, right? So again, go to the permission section, and is there anything left? Ownership, you can change, you cannot change the ownership. Access control list, you have already shown this thing, and this will very interesting thing, and we will discuss later. Cross region, and go down. Okay, this tab is nothing left. Go to the matrix. Here is the no data, no data. Okay, fine. Management, go to the management tab, and here we can see the life cycle rule, right? So, and we can create the life cycle rule here, give a name here, right? And go down, specific minimum object size you can specify, and life cycle rule, move current version of object between storage class. You can click, and you means you can select here standard, our object is by default stored in the standard object, and this is the IIA, right? Means one zone, right? It's a IA, means it's a one zone. So S3 one zone. So after how many days we have to set up here, means our object is uploaded in the standard, and I want to move the object into the standard one zone, right? So at that time, we can set the time after 30 days, right? After 30 days, our object will move to the one zone, right? So it's actually life cycle management for reduce our cost, this thing, right? So cancel this, and this is the life cycle rule, and go down, replication rule, right? It's actually cross region replication. So cross region replication, what will happen, suppose we'll do a demo on it, right? We'll do a demo on it, and next class, I think next class we will do a demo on it. Actually, what will happen, suppose we can upload this region, and it will show in a different reason this thing will happen. Copy this thing, right? We will do a demo on it, replication, and inventory configuration, leave it, and access point. Access point is the access point. You can do this. It's not required. And one thing I want to show you. Let's go to the property and go down. There is a option, transfer acceleration, right? Is there any option transfer acceleration? This thing, right? This thing is a very interesting thing. Transfer acceleration, right? So suppose actually it's a interview question also. Interviewer may be ask you like this question, right? The interviewer may be ask you this question, right? What they will how to upload a large file quickly, right? Interview maybe ask you the question how to upload large file quickly. Then the answer is by the enable the transfer acceleration, and the option is here, right? In the uh, properties properties tab, go down, and there is a option like transfer acceleration, and enable it. It's by default it's disabled, and enable it, and we can is quickly upload a large number of file. Means the large file means it's having more MB, right? We can upload it. So in today's class we have covered the basic things about the S3, right? And previous okay, in the next class we'll discuss the storage class of S3, right? And storage class of S3, and we will do some demo also regarding this. Okay, so that's all about today's class.